Yamaha o2r96 mixing desk, and I'm going to demonstrate how to use the compressor. Each channel on the desk has got a compressor on, so basically you need to select the channel you want to work on. I'm going to demonstrate using the compressor on the snare drum, so I'm going to bring the fader up. There we go, it's coming on channel 3. I'm just going to solo Cubase so we can only see 1 meter going on the desk as well. Okay, so as you can see, the levels coming in here on our desk, playing back from Cubase. And if we watch that as it goes through, it's probably quite erratic, some low ones and some high ones. Okay, right, now first things first, what we need to do is select the channel we want to compress. So with the blue select buttons across the top of the desk, we'll select channel 3. That in turn activates the selected channel area, which is this blue area on the desk here. Then all we need to do then is select the compressor on the gate compress or comp section. If it was on gate, just switch it over to the compressor or comp, it says on there, so it lights up. This will activate our controls because they're dual functional for the gate or the compressor. Okay. The next thing we need to do is find out what we want to compress and how much by. Okay, so what I'm going to firstly do is just deactivate all the controls, so set them to an unusable value, just so they're too quick. Okay, now as you can see on channel 27, which is actually layer 2 fader free on the Yamaha desk, that's our snare drum. Let's see what averaging what it's actually saying to us. Okay, we're getting a between -12 and -6, so there we go, -6, peaking at -12, -6 again. So it's averaging between -12 and -6. Okay, so we want that in a bit more control. What we need to decide is, where do we want the compressor to start working? That's controlled by the threshold, which is here. Okay, and that can go for anywhere from 0, which isn't doing anything, all the way down to -54 on this desk. Now obviously -54 is too much. Okay. Also, the next to it, we've got what's called the ratio, and what that means is that after the signal hits the threshold, the signal will be reduced by the amount of ratio you set. So let's start off by setting that to a ratio of 2 to 1. That means any signal passing the threshold will be reduced by half, 2 to 1. Okay. So when we lower the threshold now down to in the range of where the signal is actually hitting, the compressor will start working. So let's have a look. Now, okay, so what I've done, I've set it to -12 on the threshold, sorry, and a ratio of 2.1, 2 to 1. Okay, now it's sort of switched off at the minute, so let's see what happens when I switch it on. So not a lot, so let's increase the release time. There we go. Let's give it about 350 milliseconds. Now as you can see, the signal is not going much past -12 now. It's definitely not going too much into -6 as it was before. And the downwards gain line or meter, you can see at the side here, when you see that going or lighting up, it's actually reducing the volume by that amount. There we go. Now because I've got a fast attack on that, it's basically set on 0, it's squashing the attack of that snare too quickly. So I want to let some of that through, so let me increase the attack just a little bit and see what happens. So let's let 20 milliseconds through, 21 milliseconds. Now let's see what happens now when we actually increase the threshold. So it's still going to, the ratio will stay the same at half, so it's reducing the volume by half. Let's increase the threshold so it starts earlier. So 16, minus 16 on the threshold. And as you can see, pretty much all the time now, the signal is being reduced by half when it reaches minus 16 dB. Okay, and just to experiment, let's give a bit more ratio. Let's go for 4 to 1. That's really compressing it now. And just see what the difference is when we turn that attack off again. Sounds quite squashed now. Let's open the attack up. A stronger ratio setting of 8 to 1. Let's put a few more drums into the mix, just to get an idea what we might want as a level for that snare. Okay, let's take the solo up.